Okay, we got some curious stairs. I think it was in the previous video. I'm not sure where the video turned off. It's also in the swimming pool video, so there's that. This is the fireplace, and when we got the exhausted battery, notice I was talking that I don't think that roof covering right there has been replaced. And I was also talking about the vent right here. That's the fresh air, combustible air intake for the fireplace. And I just, depending on what kind of fireplace you're running, if you're running some candles, maybe get some candles in there. It's also, it's a gas valve. It's a feeder. It's coming off. It's turned off. It probably goes out here to this thing. Okay, these are called in-use covers. Alright, and you're supposed to have them for GFCI protection. And I think you got it here. I can't remember. I thought I was playing with it. If this is GFCI protected like it should be, it should have a notice on it saying, and it is GFCI protected. No, it's not. It's not GFCI protected. Okay. Never mind the notice. No GFCI at the patio stoop. Lawn sprinkler heads shouldn't be further than 6 inches. I had originally heard 12. Later on I heard 6. I've heard 4. I think 6 is a good compromise. This is a clean out for the kitchen. It's not the main clean out. These windows, these window ledges, and this one, I'm looking at it, I'm getting a little more forgiving. This one over here, also by example. These don't have the same pitch as the others. You need about 2 degrees of pitch for water to run off of it properly. Exterior light fixtures should be sealed so that water doesn't get behind the sconces and get into the brickwork like that. I know we were already talking about the wood mulch. I know that we got away with that. We got bushes touching the house right here. Now this rain gutter holds water. How do I know that? I can't get up there. How do I know that? It's rusting. It's rusting because it holds water continuously. They did not replace this rain gutter when they replaced the roof covering. Just saying. Oh, and we're missing more screens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 screens so far. This is another control joint. Excuse me. That's another corner shrinkage crack. And then now you can see the cracking through the bricks coming up. Some of our rain gutters do not divert water far enough away. Okay. This retaining wall affects the house. Seems to be performing today. Alright? So that retaining wall, because it's higher, does not affect the performance. The other neighbor's retaining wall, because it's higher, does not affect the foundation. This is the only retaining wall I've seen around the property that has a direct relationship to the performance of the foundation. This retaining wall here, it's not even a retaining wall, it's some cinder blocks. And if you can draw a 45-degree angle from it and not reach the house, alright, twice its height. So ever take the tallest height and take that and double that, it doesn't reach the house. Then, I mean, this is going to help you with erosion. This is going to, which eventually is the foundation, admittedly. But that's not it's not a foundation issue. Just like the corner pops right here. Corner pops, did you say that? Okay, this exterior faucet, kind of, because we're covering all things, it should be supported. It's not properly supported. It should be insulated. It should have a vacuum breaker. I don't know why they bootleg a faucet over here. And because this is in the backyard, that has a direct, that's going to be a deficiency. This is a deficiency in the swimming pool section as well. This is the swimming pool light. I can't find the swimming pool light. I can't find the swimming pool light. Remember that? I can't find the swimming pool light. Well, I found the swimming pool lights. This is the GFCI for the swimming pool, and it works, but it's not faceless, so that you can plug in. See this extension cord? That's what runs the cabana. And the GFCI and all that. This is only supposed to be your swimming pool lights. This is a pretty important issue. And it does not need the in-use cover like that, because you never want to have something plugged in. Look, it's good use of why you want it in use. It never closes unless you're your swimming pool lights. No, that should be faceless. You should not be able to plug stuff into that. And the cord comes over here and over here, just so it's an extension cord running the whole cabana. But I want to come over here for a little bit while we're talking about swimming pool lights. Now I've left them on for a while, and that's important because sometimes they can get vapor inside if they got a leak, and then they'll start cycling off because they got too hot or they'll short. And these pool lights have been on for over an hour, and so I'm going to go ahead and turn them off. Again, you're about to have a swimming pool video where I also talk about the steps, but I don't talk about that faucet, and I don't talk about the light switches. In fact, I say that I can't find them. And I did. I put out a call, but I found them before I had to get outside help. Okay, moving on along here. You see these little markers right in there? This is a post-tension slab foundation. Post-tension slab. I don't know what kind of post-tension slab. They make different types. Some of them have piers underneath them, some of them don't. But I don't know that much information. We got a continuous post-tension slab foundation. Moving on along. There's some cracking and peeling paint over here. Now let's talk about this continuous soffit baffles. Well, now we got gable vent baffles. We got mixed ventilation for our attic. You're not supposed to have that. We got some horizontal cracking between the brick and mortar. Actually, that little brick right there's got a little crack on it. This door will actually close and latch. Moving on, some more clean outs, not the main clean outs. Well, how about that? You got enough pitch on you? It doesn't look like it, that's why you're all... Okay. Pitch on laundry window. This is the laundry vent, closed dryer vent. Look at that. See the way it's recessed in there? Is that gonna vent 100%? No, it's not. It's not. That should have been extended out so it could breathe. These are called control joints, just like out there in the street. Some people call them expansion joints. Call it what you want, but this is a lot of brick. This is a lot of brick, and so we know it's going to move. So the idea is you put these control joints in there, and hopefully it moves along this. But after a while, and we're on the north wall, and we have another one of these on the south wall. But after a while, it dries and shrinks and starts separating, and so it's just routine maintenance. This needs to be cleaned out and resealed on this north wall and the south wall. Coming on along, soffit vents. Soffit vents and gable vents. Now, when I get to the water section, I say that the lawn sprinkler system does not have a weather sensor. And it doesn't. That's one. That's one, but it doesn't work right. It's broken. It's decommissioned. No longer in service. We could tell this structure's had a little bit of movement by this little corner right here. And this side, if you look at the stretcher bricks from one side to the next, see how close this is and how far it is over there. And you know, probably a little bit of bowing coming in the middle. We don't have a lot of support over the garage car entry, so it's moved up a little bit there. Wood mulch, wood mulch, wood mulch. Now the pergola in the swimming pool section, I brag about it actually. I say that it's got stands underneath its posts. I cannot determine that this unit, that these columns have stands underneath them, based on the vintage of this architecture. It probably doesn't. It probably doesn't. Okay. Rain gutter hasn't been replaced with the roof. This roof covering looks a little nicer than that other roof covering, huh? Why's that? Well, we got ridge vents up there. Ridge vents. So we've got all kinds of ventilation systems. So I don't know really the answer for that. Honestly, with a gable roof, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. So with the rain gutters, and some of them are metal, and these are plastic, vinyl. Excuse me. But the butt ends are not supposed to. There's supposed to be 2 inches of gap between the butt ends of your rain gutter and the structure, and then you're supposed to have kick-out flashing up there, so the water goes, directs it into the rain gutters, and it's open so that it doesn't sit there As the building flexes, it doesn't stress out your rain gutters. Also, it dries out, and we got some signs of movement right here. More signs of movement. Here, here. Now here's an excellent example of why we need kick-out flashing. You got the butt end over there, you got the rain gutters just all coming down, and see all the water, how it runs down there? So that's not any good. It's not any good. Now these windows up here, okay, they have wood over them. This door and these windows, they don't have wood over them. I'm kind of late to the game on that. Can I find a better place to demonstrate this? And I can't. It shows better on the back side of the house. Excuse me. Alright, but if you look underneath this little facade, we do not have weep holes. Don't need it up there, it's wood. But right here we have brick over these lintels. We're supposed to have weep holes. If you look around the foundation perimeter, you'll see we have weep holes. See, brick is a great material. This house can burn down, and you can reuse the brick. It's a great insulator. Weep holes. It's a great insulator. Alright? And that's sound and heat. It does a good job. Brick's a good building material. Maintenance free. Unless you have to point it, repoint it for something, or unless you paint it. Then you turn a low maintenance to zero maintenance system into a maintenance system. But one thing about brick is that it's porous. We know water's going to go through this brick. That's why we have the weep holes. And that's why we want weep holes anywhere you have a lintel. That's this metal thing right here. And we want lintels, we want weep holes over our lintels and around the foundation perimeter. Wood mulch, wood mulch, wood mulch. Wood mulch. Okay. I thought I saw something. I'm looking. This whole process is kind of like it's exploratory for me too. I'm looking. We do have window screens at the front of the house. Notice that. Okay, moving on along. Lawn sprinkler head. That's closer than 4 inches. High ground does not affect the foundation. Trees shouldn't be closer than 24 feet, 20 feet, 25 feet to a slab foundation for root growth, that kind of thing. It's already touching the roof over here. They didn't cut it back enough. I won't be able to get a camera pole over here because of the trees. I'll get a camera pole over there. Maybe I'll get one in the back. It's where we took our water pressure that was too high. Coming on along. Got a little bit of movement between the brick right there. Some cracking up there. This cornice wasn't painted. I don't know what that's about. Think that'll rot? I do. I think it'll rot. Rain gutters did not divert water far enough away. Along here, what's all this rusty water coming out? What's coming out of your air conditioning system? Coming out of your air conditioning system. Is that tree touching the house? You bet it is. Tree's touching the house. And then on this wall, I don't know what it is about this wall, but we've got gaps between the mortar. Mostly on the butt ends, but I just found that one. Of course I did, because I already wrote something else. Coming along here, this is the control joint again that needs to be resealed. More gaps between the mortar. All these little gaps should be sealed. This is back where we started.